Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Diehard 3.75 and today we're going to take a look at the Yolopark Transformer Starscream.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Alright, let's take a look at this packaging for the Yolopark Starscream. Transformers, more than meets the eye. 40 years AMK mini-series 11 centimeter model kit. So I really do like this packaging. Very throwback, the grid behind there, the purples around the edge. Got the Decepticon logo there and also a hologram sticker for Yolopark at the top. It says Transformers there, authentic Transformers. Nice image of the character there. My box did come a little bit bent. I do plan on putting this guy back in the box. I do like it that much. A little cross cell here on the back. It looks like Soundwave, Megatron, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Grimlock. And Grimlock is in his Tyrannosaurus Rex mode. I mentioned in the haul video, Yolopark seems to be doing a lot of Transformers right now. This is my first product I've ever gotten from them. But this is a plastic model where they also have a die-cast Transformer. I think it's also a model. I'm not quite sure, but I know it's about 30 or 40 centimeters where this is only 11 centimeters. I know that typically 118 figures are, I think, 10 to 10 and a half centimeters. So I am expecting when I open this and I put him together that he's going to fit in just fine with our 118 375 world building. And if he's good, I'm probably going to get the rest of the Decepticons because I'm more of a bad guy. Possibly these other ones. This guy was like 10 bucks or less on AliExpress. I think obviously the die-cast one, it's bigger, it's a lot more. But I thought this is, scale is always the most important thing to me. And, my channel, if you're watching, is all about 118 and 375. So I'm pretty sure this guy's going to fit in. I really do like the packaging, though. Packaging is a plus. I am going to probably put him back in here, as I mentioned. So that's enough about that. So just lean him back right there. Because he got damaged a little bit, he doesn't want to sit flat. You could see how it got a little bent there. Maybe I can fix that up once I get him out of there. But that's enough about that. Let's get him open. All right, so I've got Starscream all put together, and it was fairly simple. It was pretty easy. Even, it could almost do it without the directions. It was just kind of getting what was the front and what was the back. But otherwise, it was fairly simple. It does come with 3 sets of hands. We have a left and a right pointing, a left and a right open, and a left and a right fist. Now, the fist and the pointing, they went in really easy. The open hand, for some reason, I could not get in all the way and couldn't get it in flush. As you can see, these ones are in flush. Everything is on a ball joint. So he is pretty articulated for such a small little guy. Transformer, I guess he's small. You can see, I think you can see there, he does have red eyes. The only thing, well, let's talk about articulation, because the first thing I noticed was I wanted to move his head because it's on a ball joint, but because of Starscream's design here with these 2 pieces right here, it's a little bit hard to turn his head because you can't get a full grip on it with these guys, but it does move. It is on a ball joint. Can look up, down. You can go side to side. It's just hard to turn it because of these 2 things in the way. It's hard to get your fingers in there to turn it, but it does turn left and right, up and down. It's on a ball joint. It's not a great deal of articulation, but it's not bad. Again, I think I mentioned this in the haul. I got this, I think, for $8 or $9. So I think for $8 or $9, it's actually quite good. It does feel, pieces of it are a little bit hollow. But representation in my scale, I think this is a good deal. I could say that right off the bat. It does have a little bit of paint apps there. We've got the Decepticon logo and some red in the wings, the blue, the red, and even the gray, or it's almost a white gray. I think it does pop. I think you can see that on the camera. A little bit of yellow there for the cockpit. I was a little disappointed with this line right here, but that's because he actually does have waist articulation. He does have ball jointed shoulders. He has a bicep swivel, an elbow. It's a single elbow, but it's, you know, it's a robot, and you can see the back there. It's almost like a double joint. Because those hands are plug and play, they do spin. He has that waist swivel I mentioned. He does have a thigh swivel, ball jointed hips, a single jointed knee, and then he does have a pivot that's a little hindered from his design of his ankle, but it is an up and down and a slight pivot. You can see there. So it's actually quite articulated. This is pretty, I think it's really good for, you know, for $10. We'll just say 10, even though I know it's less than that. I think it's pretty good. It's, you know, the waist swivel, it's really tight. You know, I actually put the feet on backwards. I put them on this side and they just pop right off and pop back on because everything is a ball joint. In fact, let's pull that hand out and let's put the other pointing hand on. You can see it just pops right in. So now he's got double pointers. But pretty good, you know, it's pretty fun. The directions are really simple. Another nice graphic. You can see. Very simple. That's it right there. That's all the directions. Very simple. It does say, you know, because you can get how far you can kick. You can go back. I mean, this thing has a lot of articulation. Let me show you a little scale comparison here. Let's move some of this out of the way. The only transformer I have close by is this. I guess it's called a Core Class Studio Series Rumble. I just picked this up, my last haul video. But I think this is actually to scale, or it appears to me. I haven't seen, you know, Transformers in a long time. And I base most of my knowledge of Transformers off of the old cartoon. But I think that's about right to scale. But this is obviously a Hasbro Transformer. The Concept Rumble. The Bumblebee packaging. Studio Series. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know enough about Transformers. You're not going to see a real Transformer review on my channel because I just don't collect those. Don't know enough about them. But I think that's to scale. I think it looks pretty good. This is a nice figure. Let's compare him to some 118 stuff so you can kind of get a feel for it. Here is a Star Wars Vintage Collection Tusken Raider. Here is here is the Boris Ping, one of the females from Boris Ping. So you can see he's not quite in scale with 118, meaning he should be a giant, right? But for me, this works. He's just a big walking, talking robot. He's still bigger than everyone. Here's a Joy Toy Corvus Belli Infinity Nomad, the male figure. Stand. And then here is an Acid Rain World, the Bassett. And you can see the Bassett is a tad taller. So I think he fits in. I like him. You know, he's not the most, you know, he's not weathered. He's not, doesn't transform. The wings don't move. I think the only thing for me is I'd like to take a few shots of him looking left and right. And I think I'm going to have to... Oh, there it goes. Ugh, it's just really hard to turn his head without getting your hands on there because of these pieces. These red pieces over his head. The guns don't move. The lasers don't move. Let's take that one back out. Let's put the fist back in. But you could see he gets a lot of articulation, and he stands really well. So I like it. I don't know what you guys think. Leave a comment below. You know, for $10, this is a good deal, I think. I probably am going to try to get Megatron now, and Soundwave. I think they'll be worth it. Probably get them one at a time. I don't think, you know, this is a line that I would, you know, get them all. I'm probably just going to go after the Decepticons. But I think he's pretty good. You know, I didn't expect it to be, you know, like a super solid or like a Hasbro Transformer. Not for that price. But I love the classic design. I love the colors. He is really, really articulated for what he is. You know, he doesn't feel the most expensive, and he's not. But he doesn't feel that cheap. He is hollow, so he is really light. I like the scale, too. You know, he's bigger than an average person or an average figure. But he's not to true Transformer scale where he's a giant that someone can fit inside of there. But I like him. Overall, I like him. He's got just enough paint detail. He's got good articulation. And I know some customizers, you could easily weather this guy up, add a few things here and there to take him even over what he is. They do appear to just use like just a very simple piece of metal pin through there, which I know in old school toys, sometimes those things end up coming out and you have to push them in. Maybe that will happen if you play with this guy and pose him a lot. But I mean, thigh swivel, bicep swivel, waist swivel, you know, hand swivel, or wrist, ankle. It's a lot of articulation on this little guy. Very nice. See the yellow part there. It does say 2024 on there. But very nice. I think I'm going to try to shoot a couple photos with him now, not too many. Add him to my world. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about this. Would you be picking one up? If you saw one of these guys at the store for $9, would you grab one? Let me know. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.